Got this 1920s Art Deco dresser with wheels on it, mahogany wood color for free on Marketplace. I had to go pick it up because this was a unique piece. Overall, this piece had borals everywhere on it, had a big crack on one of the drawers, and this is going to need some huge restoring. Also forgot to mention there are heaps of stickers on it, so I'm just going to get onto that first and take them all off. None of the drawers were labeled, so I'm going to label them 1 through 3. There's also stickers on top of this piece, so I'm just going to scrape those off. Someone tried hiding this crack, so I'm going to refill it in and hide it in better. I'm now going to take off all the handles as well as those key lock things, as it didn't come with any keys, so there's really no point in having those in there. So I've gotten better at filling holes and bore holes. I'm going to put tape around where the bore holes are, and I'm going to fill them in. I'm now going to fill in all the bore holes with some builder's paste, and I'm going to mix it with some red paste thingy to make it harden faster. As we take up a new skill, we always tend to get better at what we do. Practice makes perfect. And what I found when filling in like holes or something is you use your scraper and just scrape the excess and it'll get it spot on perfect, and it did exactly that. I kid you not, when filling this piece, I just found more boreholes over and over again, and it was so annoying. It took me so long to fill in, and it's going to be a nightmare to blend it in with the wood, if I do decide to blend it in or paint it. It usually sets within 2 hours when I mix these two things together, the paste and the red stuff. So I'm going to let that sit, and then take the tape off. I tried using my scraper to get to the bare wood, but it didn't work, so I'm just going to use some paint stripper and apply a couple coats if one coat doesn't work. I'm now going to let that sit for 20 minutes, but before I get onto scraping, Frankie said to like, subscribe, and comment where you're from, or he'll scratch you. Before you guys attack me on sanding the whole thing down with 80 grit sandpaper, I needed to because the varnish wasn't getting out either way, and then I'm going to finish it off with 120 grit sandpaper after that. So for the reason I sanded it down with 80 grit sandpaper is you guys told me to use mineral spirits after I sand, and I kid you not, this worked out so well, and it was so satisfying applying this to it. It got rid of the scratches from the really gritty sandpaper. I'm now going to get onto the drawer that has a broken piece of wood off it. I'm just going to router a straight line and then glue on a new piece of wood to it. So I can get a full straight line because there was things supporting the drawer that if they broke off, it'd break the whole drawer. So I'm just going to have to cut out to make it straight, which is fine with me, but it did take me some time, not too long though. So it's straight now. I'm gonna go level it. It looks straight to me, but if it isn't, I'll sand it up. I'm gonna go get a piece of wood from outside and then we'll now glue a piece on. Gone to this already. The mineral spirits have not worked too bad. It's got the scratches out. Here. So let's get to it. So now that I've got a piece ready, I'm going to glue onto the broken bit and I am going to clamp it down. That is secure and tight. I'm now going to cut it to length with the other drawer side. And to do that, I should probably level it out and mark it out so I don't cut too deep or too short. To be honest, this is the way safer way and faster way to do it. I usually just cut it out, but that takes me so much longer. This only took me like 10 to 20 minutes to actually do. Chisel it out. Well, first cut it out and then chisel it out, which actually works very well. I'm now going to get onto the drawers and apply a coat of paint stripper onto these now, after I've chiseled a new piece of wood out for the broken drawer. I'm going to do the sanding what I did for the overall piece. I'm going to sand it down to 80 grit and then 120 grit and then put some mineral spirits on it. After applying mineral spirits all over this whole piece, I'm now going to give it a furniture polish stain for the wood grain to glisten and shine. I'm now going to blend in the filled wood piece where the wood was missing, and You know, I'm not very good at this stuff, but I think I did a pretty good job at the end. And the colors I used were like a bronze color and then like some type of yellow, light yellow color to blend it in. So the keyholes were still sticking out really badly, and I don't think I could have blended them in. So what I'm going to do is use my furniture wax, and I'm going to put it on top, and I'm going to sand it in, and it actually blends quite well. I've done that with other pieces, and it actually works decent. Like, you can take a look once it's done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blend the cracked wood piece that I've used another wood piece on, and I'm going to use my crayons to fill it in, and I actually made it hide pretty well. Even though it's nearly the same wood, it wasn't exactly the same wood, so I had to do some blending in, but it worked fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you can drop.
You're making no sense. I blended that in, and I'm now going to blend in the bore holes, and I can tell you this was so much easier, and it was just light work, and it worked so well. I decided I didn't like the edges much, so I'm going to put some tape around it, and I'm going to paint the edges with a black stain. If you like this restoration, please go check out my other videos and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. How did you think this turned out?